What's going on?
Hey,
guys?
it's Thursday night.
It is Thursday night.
It's Ardbeg night.
Scotch for dummies, all right here. Having Ardbeg Shootout.
Man, we've got some stuff going on. We got some cameras. We're doing stream labs tonight instead of stream yards tonight. We've got 1080p. Wow. We've got a couple cameras we're going to do.
1080p.
Extra lighting.
We got all kinds of stuff going on. Molly may come and give us a visit.
I'm sure she will.
But before all...
Start it out.
Not even 10 seconds into the show.
Not even.
We get an Andrew coin drop.
Okay.
But look at all these coins we've got.
So yeah, that's why we're having noisy coins, because we want to show them all off, you guys.
Because they're awesome. They turned out great.
So they are out, and there are some even being shipped out. But we'll talk about that in a second.
I don't have anything.
I don't have anything to pour.
How about we just say, Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. I'll take a shot to you guys.
Well, we've not been drinking, but...
Should we start one of these?
I think we should start one of these. Why not? So what are we doing?
No, because we got to be organized about it for a hot second. I want to go down and see who's
All right.
You go down, you do your thing.
I see Richie Z there, but let's scroll on up to the top and see.
You got it.
I know there was someone that was first a couple of days ago, but I'm not even.
You know who it is. It's pretty much guaranteed to be Zach.
It's not even
Or
fun,
Steve A.
man. I don't even have a chance.
Jeez.
So Tom R, Too Slow, Jason Carroll. Hey KB, cheers, brother.
Hey.
Some of these guys I saw on the Zoom
The pre-show.
pre-call, the pre-show.
Yep.
Cam Reddick. There's Trooper Henry, Joseph C, Zach Andrews, Modular Landing, Everwin. So all of our Zoom guys have made it over.
They have made it over, which is a
Scotch
good
on the
good-
bayou.
Hey,
Hey,
Lee.
she's coming up on 1,000
gonna say.
subscribers
Yes. Oh,
for
wow.
her blogs, or Instagram.
Instagram.
So
If you have not gone and subscribed or liked, what's it called on Instagram?
Scotch on the Bayou.
But no, when you follow, them,
Follow.
I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you have not followed Scotch on the Bayou on Instagram, you got 30 seconds. Go do it real quick.
Let's get her over 1,000.
Get her over
And
1,000,
Lee, let
get
us
that
know when
done.
you hit it. You should hit it like right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's get that done. If you don't, we'll make another announcement halfway through the Ardbeg.
You got it.
we're just gonna keep bothering people.
Right.
Wheels. What's up?
Wheels, how you doing?
Oh, no kidding,
One
man.
Lost Cause
Nice.
is in tonight.
I see Michael Porter.
Sunday evening Scotch, yeah.
Hey,
John
Dina.
Krantz.
See, Tom R. believes that 1080 is better than 720.
Well,
course he
it
does.
is.
It is.
Duh.
DB is she's in.
Hey,
Yeah.
how's it going?
And there's
Jason.
Mrs. Porter.
There we go. Yeah, we got all the
Alejandro
partners
joined
in.
us on the Zoom call
Yeah.
earlier, too. That was
He's a
kinda
new
cool.
patron.
It was
Eric
great
Waits
to,
in.
Thank you, sir.
to hear him anyway.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot of people in. First time catching a live stream.
Where's
David
that at?
H.
David H. Welcome.
Welcome.
Gosh dang it, I need something to drink to cheers that,
Well, here,
but we
you
got
wanna
to get
start
it.
with Alberfeldy just to kind of get it going.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
I feel weird not toasting.
Right, that's not even right.
There you go.
Plus,
Just
we
a little splash.
got to get this going. So, if you guys see there goes a pen. If you see what's going on here, this is going to be a pretty good Ardbeg lineup.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Welcome
David H.
to everyone.
And everyone else, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to do tonight is we're going to go through the Ardbeg. We're not blind tasting these, right?
No.
I mean,
And to be fair, we had a long discussion about that.
Yeah.
we really did try to figure out what's the best approach.
Yeah, and it came down to we really wanted to be able to actually talk about the individual expressions, and you can't really do that on a blind.
Right.
Like, we can talk about the whiskey, but we won't know which one it is, and it just makes it kind of difficult to really talk it through. So, you know,
and one of them is going to jump out just by color.
we're pretty honest about our
Yeah.
opinions. Like, if you've been watching us at all, you know we don't really pull any punches. If we don't like it, we don't like it.
You see modular landing?
Yeah.
We're going to have that problem tonight. But before we start the podcast, because we need to kick off the podcast recording, let's discuss how we want to do this as far as pouring so that we're all on the same whiskey at the same time and without losing track of what's
You guys
going on.
want to do the same coin order too, just to make it easier, so we can kind of talk through
That
it?
sounds, yes.
Did you see Alejandro?
What do you say?
The Scotch for Dummies patron membership was my Father's Day gift.
Oh, that's awesome.
See, that's a good family.
That's a great Father's Day.
That is awesome.
All you need now is a
Thank
smoker.
you.
Go with it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's get this order down so we're all the same. That's the
Hey,
easy
Whiskey
part to
Mystery.
do.
All right, so I already wrote mine down, so if nobody has it yet. So
We'll start following you.
we
What's
got,
your-
we got Dr. Scotch.
Dr.
Okay.
Scotch first.
We got Zebra Hunter next.
Okay.
The Hunter.
Maestro third.
Okay.
Bunker Commander fourth. And Molly fifth.
Got
Molly
it.
bringing it up.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
So
We'll
now,
start with one being Dr. Scotch then.
now you need to write down the scotches in what that are going to go in them.
Oh. Any order? Is there a preference? Or do I start with one to my left?
I was thinking.
So let's ask everybody else. Would you guys go in order of ABV? Go in order of age? I honestly think we go in order of ABV because the hotter one's
It's
going
going to
to
be
burn
harder
out
to
the
follow, I think.
right. The
That's
hotter.
fair. So what are the ABVs?
We learned our lesson on the Tamdu lineup.
No kidding.
46, 46, 6, 47, 4, 54, 2, 57, 1. So
Okay.
it's in order.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
57. What is
Well,
that?
what is it?
So 10's first.
To 10?
Oh,
So 10, Anno, Wee Beastie,
All right. We're getting ready.
Beastie.
Okay.
Ugadale,
Oogie and then
and
Corey.
Corey. And we're
Drew,
starting the 10
Drew
in
didn't catch
Dr.
anything on
Scotch, right?
vacation, Trooper.
So
what do you say?
Mark says light to dark, ABV, ABV,
Yeah.
ABV, ABV. Okay, so we'll do
Everybody's
ABV.
doing the same thing. ABV.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to go about this, just to make it
Yeah.
easier. So let's, once you
Noah?
guys get your stuff written down, let's kick off the podcast so we can bring those guys up to speed here. It's going to be,
Beastie,
and remember, guys, be extra descriptive on what we're tasting,
Oogie,
With the name.
names, etc., because if you're listening. So
and Corey. So before we kick this off and really dive into this, I hope everybody that's on has an Ardbeg to drink along with us. I know on the Zoom call, some of you had a few that you're going to be going through with us. So it's going to be some fun. If you do happen to have one of these bottles in front of you that you're going to be pouring along with us, when we get to that particular bottle, make sure you chime in on the chat so we can include your thoughts, your opinions, what you're getting out of it, and hopefully we're in line. And if we're not, I guess that makes
We're
it more
about to
interesting.
find out.
And you'll see we are in the process of getting rid of the neck pours if we have them, because some of these are brand new bottles. So we want to make
10's
sure.
going around, Dr. Scotch.
That's definitely the Corey Vregan last, absolutely, yeah. So everybody's in agreement.
Well, really, all of these are. Well, the Anno is. Yeah, no, I mean, they're all basically new bottles.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we opened the Corey and the Wee Beastie a little bit ago, but.
yeah.
Okay, let me clean this glass out real quick.
So we're gonna see Tom's already. We're wasting so much time. Tom ours already got an empty glass.
Tom's
Yeah.
already. So we need to kick off the podcast. I'll start pouring while you're doing that, Sean, since I'm behind here.
Well, I'd like to get the podcast done once we're all poured, so let's just keep talking a little bit. That way we don't make extra noise.
Okay,
The
so
mic's picking up everything here.
all right, 10.
All right, so we got the 10, the Anno, and then I just poured Beastie, and now I'm getting ready to pour for Bunker. I am pouring Oogie.
I get it.
That's it.
Guilty as charged.
That's fun. I love these new coins.
They're beautiful.
They're awesome.
I'm really excited.
The wee beastie.
I can't wait to hear what you guys think of them.
Yep. And for those patrons that are online, get an extra special.
Have some beastie.
So we are also so that what I have sent
Oogie.
are all the orders we have to date. For if you are a patron and you have not ordered, that's perfectly all right. But I would ask if you're interested in coins, order them as soon as you can, because then I'll include your patron coins with them. If you don't, I'll just send your patron coins in a few days.
Did you pour the record?
Not yet.
You're up first. Go in order here.
And then I'll send those to you
The Dram Cam.
together.
Just get a little close up. I mean, it's not the greatest, but kind of see what we see. I can zoom it out a little bit too, but.
All right, so this.
Not me. Didn't do it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that Oogie is fun. Man, I love them.
All right. All I had left is the Oogie.
There's a couple that I haven't had the Oogie in a while,
Corey?
so I'm excited about that one.
Or the Corey, I mean. I got.
Okay, so-
one.
All right.
So here we are. Let's kick the podcast off
Let me get
Hold
the
on,
pour.
hold
and
on.
then get into
All of this.
all of this.
This is going to be
All right.
crazy.
It is. We got.
I poured a little heavy.
Been
on it.
hydrating all day.
Do we want to do our alcohol in the news before we get started?
Alcoholic in the news? What?
We do have something to talk about in alcohol. Do you want to do that before the podcast? Or you want
No.
that?
No, I'll
Let's
do
get
that.
it part of the
Podcast
podcast.
is fine.
All
That's
right.
fine.
Well,
All right, let's kick the podcast off and we'll go. Ready? 3,
You got it.
2. What's up, guys?
Hey guys, it is
Hello.
Scotch for Dummies,
4 guys on a Scotch journey to help you with your next Scotch purchase. I am Drew.
I'm Sean,
I'm Mark.
and I am Andrew.
and tonight we are doing an Ardbeg Shootout.
Shootout.
We have 5 Ardbegs that we have poured into separate glasses, hopefully, at this point. So we have the Ardbeg 10, we have the Ano, the Wee Beastie, the Ugadale, and the Corey Reckon. We are going to taste through these, kind of compare and contrast a little bit, pick out our favorites, kind of see what's going on as far as the whole Ardbeg lineup that is easily accessible to everybody.
Yep.
Right.
I agree.
All right.
And we all poured. We have 5 glasses. We have all the new coins on top.
Yep.
We all followed the same coin order, and we marked our notes down to be the same.
Correct.
Right. So I don't necessarily foresee myself rating or giving these new numbers. It's more of a compare and contrast and talk about the differences and the similarities so that people know what they're looking at on the shelf. Especially, I don't have price points in my head, but I would like to at least touch on that too because I think it makes a big difference on what we're looking at.
Okay.
But
And then at the end, we got the big reveal. Because I printed out from our website our reviews of all these bottles. So we can kind of see, based on our review individually of
Who's
these
full of
bottles,
shit.
well, like how well we actually did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How accurate are your numbers?
Yeah, because we've probably been tasting these over the course of almost 4 years now.
Yeah.
So we reviewed with the Ugadale
Like 4 years ago.
4.5
Really?
years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
right.
So this will be it'll be an interesting shootout. So I'm excited about this. Plus, getting to taste 5 Ardbegs is not such a bad deal.
And
Exactly.
I get to take these home afterwards.
So to set the stage, we poured
think.
these, and we're going to go through order of ABV. We're going to start off with the lightest ABV. The order we're going to go in is 10, Ano, Wee Beastie, Ugadale, Corey Vrecken. Corey Vrecken is topping out at 57.1.
So the first two, the 10 and the Ano, is 46, I believe.
46 and 46.6.
Oh, okay.
So
And
they are
then, so Wee Beastie is
47.4.
54.2.
54.2 for the Ugadale and the 57.1 for Corey Vrecken.
Interesting.
So
Just a punch in the face.
yeah, that's that's the way it ends. So
So what I want to do now, guys, is real quickly go back to the dram cam.
dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
And
wow.
so let me get this over out of the way for a second and move this and see if you can see the colors at all on Sean's.
I think you're on Mark's.
On
So
Mark's,
Mark's
thanks,
going-
Mark's.
Yeah,
It's
right.
kind of hard to see, but definitely, I mean, they're very similar if you're looking for color, but obviously the Oogie is going to be darker.
I think the Corey Vrecken's actually the
That's
darkest.
what I think.
Oh, is it? Maybe
Yeah.
it is. Oh, you're right.
So the Molly coin is a Corey Vrecken, which is very similar in color.
I think
Yeah.
I think Corey Vrecken's got Ugadale that by just a shade.
Yeah.
And the Ano has more color than the other younger, or the
Right, the Wee
Other one.
Beastie and the 10 are both
The
Very
10
very
is
light.
surprisingly pale.
right.
it is.
For a 10-year-old whiskey, it's very pale. Like super, like not even straw colored. It's very light.
Look at Drew go to work. Watch
He's
him.
already making
Just
notes.
watch him, folks.
I got all. If you want to.
He's being awfully quiet. He's just writing.
I'm not doing nothing.
That's what Drew does.
I'll tell you what.
He's an analyst.
I just want to go through and nose them first.
He's like like the CSI shows.
Dram drama, Tom says.
All right, so we're starting with the 10, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wow.
Seaweed.
This is amazing just to get the nose. Oh, I forgot how Ugadale smells. man.
you're like so happy you're skipping ahead already.
No, I just wanted to nose all of them and compare them that way.
No, that's not bad. I'll do the same thing. Just to get an idea.
That Wee Beastie's interesting.
Wow. Okay.
That was good, though. So, admittedly, because we're not blind, we are going to be biased. We have some memories of certain bottles we've had,
Somewhat.
and
I don't feel biased at all, but just nosing
gosh.
through them. All right, so first impression
Yes.
for me on the nose, the 10 is unmistakably Ardbeg.
It's a
right?
foundation.
it's balanced and not too sweet.
Yeah. And but you get all those like nice earthy tones to it, like it's pungent.
Yeah, seaweed and all that.
The Ano, when I nosed that, I got the a very similar nose profile,
Exactly.
but lighter.
Yes.
Much lighter, younger.
Right? It
Yeah.
seemed
But it's
just a
similar.
little bit less. The Wee Beastie to me has like a sweeter
The
note
Wee
to
Beastie's
it, and it's
I would
it's
agree.
not the same.
It's
you know
it's
what
like
I mean?
it stands out completely out of the five.
It's like white lightning. It smells almost like white lightning.
yeah.
And the Ugadale, there's so many good memories associated with that bottle.
Can
for
we
me.
say rich and creamy?
But yes,
Sure.
it is very rich and creamy.
Yes.
And then to me the Corey Vrecken is the interesting one. It's a little bit
is.
darker in color. It doesn't have the
Air Daddy. That's funny.
peatness, I guess, that the other ones do. To me, it's a lighter style.
Which one?
The
get
Corey
apples
Reckon.
and
Yeah,
light fruit.
it's a little fruitier than the
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
Which is super interesting. Like just going through the noses on these, I love doing
We
flights.
didn't
I
take-
really do. It's
Yeah.
so interesting to, especially from the same distillery, to just be able to put head to head their lineup is very interesting.
Well, the On O is definitely similar to the 10, but it feels more leathery, more mature, more older.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yano does? Than the
I think
10?
so. I think that the Anno is more richer. It's a little heavier.
Wow.
Now this is interesting. The Oogie and the On O.
Yeah, there is more leather in the Yano. I'll agree. I guess I gotta agree with you.
I think the Oogie's on the nose alone so far is like creamier, like more balanced.
yeah.
Yeah.
So far.
Okay, so
All right, can we drink?
so we're gonna get
I
into 10. Are we gonna do these one at a time?
We can do however you want, man.
Well, I think that the problem is we're all gonna nose. We're going to make this kind of a speed run.
Right.
Yeah,
You don't have a whole lot of
and
time.
for people to follow, we gotta kind of.
I think what we need to do is you do a first sip. We'll all sip it right now, and we'll kind of go around. By the time it gets back to you, you should have more information about it and kind of start us off. So start us off with a couple notes, and then
So start
for
with
the
the 10.
10.
yeah,
Start
the
with
10.
So-
First impression sip.
So
Ready? Go.
Ardbeg 10 is just an amazing dram, right? Like I love everything about this dram, and it's mostly because it's not a super expensive bottle, and they don't try to push it as like a 20-year-old whiskey. It's light in color. There's nothing that's grabbing you. But then you take a sip and you're like, oh yeah, hey, how you doing
Hello,
there, man?
lover.
Like if you're looking
Steal
for
a quote.
peated scotch, like to me this is peated scotch, right?
Oh, it just
But it's
punches
not like
you.
a punch in the face though. It's a nice like. It's kind of like a happy ending. It's like
No, I
here's your-
wouldn't call it a happy ending.
Here's your nice balance.
No, I mean it's charcoal. It's.
I said it. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of that briny quality to it on the finish.
Little seaweed in
A
there.
little seaweed. But it's all very well balanced, and the flavors,
Nutty
they go
finish.
together. You know what I mean? And everything fades into one another nicely. It's just a really nice dram.
I think it's, dollar for dollar, one of the best core entry bottles that you're gonna find.
Totally agree.
Yep.
I mean, this is the opening to their lineup. This.
Yep.
And you're like,
and what is the price? Ballpark. Anybody know?
$54.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
that's what I was gonna
$55?
say.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So what's the finish? What's the barreling? This is just
I
straight
don't remember any of that.
ex bourbon, right? There's no.
Yeah.
I think it is. I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything
There-
finished.
there's
on it.
no
Nothing
way.
special
No, look
about
at the
it.
color.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
third fill barrels. judging
Right. I
by
mean, judging by the color, there's nothing to it.
It's like go find those
I
old used
like,
barrels
I
out
like
back.
George's comment. I was gonna try and call a little early tonight, but it would be wrong of me to join the Ardbeg. And we Beastie should do righto.
We're happy to have you.
So
So Ardbeg 10, good entry level scotch. I would say that's a
I would say fantastic entry
It's
level
smoky,
for
tar.
for an Isla entry level, and it's not gonna like. So we've all had friends who are like, oh, I can't do Scotch. I've had peated, blah blah blah.
we were that friend.
Yeah, right. if 10 would have been our first one, oh, okay, that's not bad. It's interesting.
well,
It's
if
not-
you've never
I
had
don't
peat,
know.
it's still a
No.
pretty
oh
good
yeah,
punch.
it is.
It'll
But I
punch
mean,
in the head.
Remember when we opened this bottle down here?
oh my gosh. That
Yes,
was a
I do.
slap.
But I mean, that 10's actually got a pretty damn long finish too, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Oh yeah, it does.
it's
Yeah.
gonna hang with you
It's
for a
got a
long
nutty
time.
finish too.
Very much so. So now you're going Anno.
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
So
It's been
now,
a long while since we had this one.
as I'm nosing this one, after having a sip of the 10, all the sweet characteristics of the Ano is coming out. I don't
Okay,
really get
so
a whole lot of the
Quick comparison on
Definitely-
color.
The
I'm
peaty,
definitely not
smoky.
getting peaty.
Anno is much darker.
yes. And this is a non-age statement, correct?
Yep.
I'm not crazy on that one.
See here, I'm getting a lot more briny, less charcoal, less wood smoke in the palate.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting. I get carbon. To me, this one's got a little bit of a
It's a lighter.
on the nose. When I initially smelled them, this smelled like 10 light, right?
See, it was the opposite for me. It was much
10 more
richer.
leathery to me.
Yeah.
Now it's it's just a different flavor profile on the palate. It's still good. I like it.
I should have rinsed
It doesn't have the meatiness of the 10.
No, it's not as big and bold. It's lighter. It's a little fruitier. Up front,
Fruitier.
A wee
Yeah.
bit of a tang.
At the very end, the finish, yeah.
it's
Surprising
Salty.
that it goes down lighter than the 10 when the nose was heavier to me. That's crazy.
really.
Yeah,
See, I didn't get the heavy nose. I thought this one was lighter.
and
to
this is
begin
higher ABV.
with. Yeah,
by,
but
0.6.
Sure, but still, it goes down surprisingly lighter to me.
I think this. So I would say this is a better balance for the non-Ardbeg fan because it has a better. It's the smoke isn't as potent. It doesn't just punch you like the 10 does. The 10 is rich and bold in that flavor, whereas this is. I think they brought the peat down, the smoke component of the peat down. You still have the seaweed and you have some sweetness in there. So I'm interested in what I should have looked this up before we came on. What they finished this in because it's a little bit sweeter. Well, okay.
So Justin
Charred
O,
oak, PX sherry, and first fill bourbon.
Justin O
So it's got
says
some sherry in
the ano's supposed
does?
to be more friendly, right?
PX sherry. Yeah.
I don't know if it's
totally
supposed to
makes
be,
sense.
but
I was
I
just-
can see someone saying that, Justin.
I was just going to say fruity sherry.
it does. It is
Yeah.
I
lighter.
find this one to be more approachable.
Yeah.
right.
Like if I was going to give somebody that was trying a peated scotch, a peated scotch, it would probably be the Ano over the 10.
Yeah.
I think you're right. The Ano has a little bit more complexity to it than the 10. The 10 is a great foundational, I think, of what Ardbeg is, but the Ano gives you a little bit more fruity. Gets you, the finish may not be as long, but it has a little bit more brine to it than the 10 does. I got leather in the nose.
It goes down
a
much
little,
easier.
bit more like briny,
Yeah.
salty in the
Right.
finish. And you said tangy earlier too. I got that in the finish too. Something tangy.
I don't know what that's about. But you said there's a little PX in there.
I think he's what he
Yes,
said.
there's
yeah,
PX sherry
yeah.
in there.
What's the price in this one?
That's
Ano?
what I was trying to figure out. Hopefully
Ano prices, guys.
more than 10 by 15 at Low and Lost Cause, so you're in the $65 range.
Well, while you're at it, price these guys up for us too.
Yeah. So
we're bad.
we are dummies because we should have looked all this up, and Eric, of course, would have all the information like on the screen next to him with all that information.
So George Kaplan says that the Ano was an immediate I can wait on this sample. So why is that, George? What didn't you care for about it? What didn't it hit?
Well, I would agree that it's not like wow.
Did you move on?
Whereas the
Yeah.
10 is a wow whiskey.
Oh.
Absolutely.
All right.
So,
So,
we are going Maestro.
Wee Beastie.
Maestro
Wee
is
Beastie.
Wee Beastie.
So I can tell you on first sip, the finish is shorter. The whiskey is more unbalanced.
I'll be honest with you, I don't care for the nose.
I don't either.
It's the
now
worst
you've
nose
had
in the
these.
five.
Sure,
There's,
yeah, I
there's no
agree.
sweetness. There's no rich
So
peat.
here's my take on it. The 10 and the Ano flowed. You know what I mean? So you took a sip and it took you on a journey from the initial palate through the mid palate through the finish. Everything, all the flavor components were very well balanced and together. The Wee Beastie, you get like sweet up front, and then you get this like salty, briny finish, but there's no middle to like tie them together, and they're both kind of like out
Spicy.
of balance.
Spicy at the end.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm not getting as much sweet. I'm getting more
Oh, I got some
seaweed
sweetness
and
up there.
yeah, I think man, this for these other ones to be non-age statement. This seems the youngest. The Wee Beastie at stated 5-year age.
Seems
Yep.
younger than the Ano, and
Yep.
It just yeah, I don't think they balanced it as well. I just don't think
$60 in Chicago. Tom Morris says.
for the Ano.
so Trooper likes the Ano, but George Kaplan said he wasn't a fan. He weighed on this sample. So I'm curious as to know, the Ano was the Isla Marathon Winter Prize, Classy Marathon. Nice. So
Quick finish too. Wow.
I honestly, there was something in the
Yep.
initial nose on the Wee Beastie. I didn't comment about it that I just didn't care for at all. It was like, oh, hopefully that goes away, and it's gone away to a degree now. I'm not getting that.
I think that's a new make.
It probably is the new
The
make, 'cause
youth?
I got pistachio, tang, pear, honey. It's like that combination of all that together. It's hard. It's not like super appealing. Is what I was thinking, but it's different.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that.
Definitely does not fit in the same wheelhouse
All
of
right.
this flight.
Very peppery and spicy to me on the
Now,
finish.
Really quick finish.
Onto the
Yeah.
Oogie.
But spicy.
All right.
I'm so excited about this.
So this is the
Okay.
is this
Not
Oogie?
gonna lie.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
nose
I gotta
has
rinse
more
for this
leather,
guy.
has some old leather in it.
Oh man.
It smells more mature.
Even though it's the non-aged.
And 54.2, is that what you have it as? It doesn't seem like hot in the nose.
Not at all.
So, Modulani, I have to agree, but I've still destroyed my bottle of Wee Beastie, drank through it like it was apple juice. There's nothing wrong with that. I can do that too.
I think the problem we're having tonight is we're putting the Wee Beastie up against major hitters.
Yeah, these are big hitters.
And with good, lots of history behind them and some really good whiskey.
So Zach chooses the Oogie over Anno. Okay.
Well, who wouldn't?
Had an Anno at the Ardbeg event. I guess to
All
be
right,
fair,
hold
it
on.
was after Oogie and Corey Vrecken. It tasted like olive oil and smoke to me. My buddy with me agreed I need to revisit. Okay, George, that's fair. That's honest.
After
At least
Oogie
you,
and Corey, that's a bad order to do it.
Start with the nose first.
All right. So the Oogadale.
son of a bitch, does it smell good?
The Oogadale is everything I love about drinking Scotch in a glass, right? Tell me I'm
It's
wrong.
got a little bit of all of it.
So-
Hallelujah.
Here's how I define the Oogadale versus the three that we just drank. The three that we just drank were very linear story progressions, right? So you started with one flavor profile, and it went on to something else, and then it went on to something else, and then it finished with something. The Oogadale is like an orchestra playing, right? Like there's things going on, and like some things are not connected to other things, but it all somehow works together, and it's just an amazing glass of whiskey.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put a little bit of water on it because the middle, the palate is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're coming.
I'm with
But
you.
I'll tell you, once you get
Wow.
past that, the finish danced all. I mean,
Still
it was
dancing.
just, and not just one flavor. It's just like you're getting
It's
so
meaty.
much.
It's got some boldness.
wanna
to
chew
it.
on your
oh,
tongue.
God, yeah.
Yeah, steak.
Well, it starts.
Steak.
To me, it starts out with the sweetness that just overpowers everything else almost, and it's just hanging out there, and it's waiting for you to basically to swallow that liquid, and then as soon as you swallow it, the peat kind of blossoms out of all that sweetness, and it just kind of takes over your mouth, and it's just a wonderful experience. It's a great dram, man.
Yeah, so there are ex-sherry casks in here, so that makes sense. That brings that sweetness into it, adds a color to it.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
It evolves. That finish evolves. Like you get a palate. You said it's sweet up front. Some other stuff going on. I haven't got it to it yet, but it evolves. The finish. You can chew on it, and you get more and more out of it. I mean, this is
Agreeing with you, Malt Minion, on the Anno 10 comparison about it, it's the Anno is softer compared to the 10, definitely.
Yes, absolutely it is.
Totally.
No question. I think that's their intention.
Right.
I think that they mean to do that.
I had forgotten how much I like it.
So remember back 5 years ago when we opened this, we tasted it, we're like, nope.
I remember when
Red
we opened
fish,
it
Tom.
and smelled it.
Red
and
Tom
we're
all
like,
day, buddy.
look. Let me flip to the. I don't know if you can see this or not. The dram cam here.
The Dram Cam.
Look at the legs in that son of a gun. Can you see that at all?
You gotta
Nah,
come.
it's not
Yeah, there you
comfort.
I
go.
don't know if you can see that or not.
It's probably not going to get too many lights.
I love that we have a dram cam.
I can't see it, but whatever.
No, it's tough to see.
So this is 54%.
I'm gonna put some water
You
on
need
it.
to put
Did it
some
help?
water on it.
I did.
So-
Oh, I thought it was kind of weak, and I was moving on to Corey.
I'm gonna give it a little bit of water because it's the higher one. The 46 and 47 so far. We Beastie I think will probably help with some water just for flavor profile, but 46 for
Okay.
the 10 and the Ano I don't think it's gonna make a difference. This one I think will make a difference.
Water. I hit the water spot dead on. I hit bullseye. I didn't do a little light. Didn't
You
go.
made it?
I just freaking put it in there, and I just freaking hit bullseye. That's liquid gold. That's it.
So what is the price on the
Liquid gold.
Oakdale?
Doesn't matter.
I think I
it's
saw
not enough.
I think I saw $80
Yeah.
from Tom.
No
Somewhere-
way. Is that all?
Yeah, it's somewhere around
I have the receipts
79 to 89 bucks, somewhere in that neighborhood,
somewhere.
And worth every penny.
and worth every penny.
Yeah, I think it was around $80 to $100.
To me, this bottle punches way above its
Which-
weight class.
which one?
The Oogadale.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, non-age statement, so we don't know how old this is, but I don't care. I really don't, because it just.
Mm-hmm.
What's
What's the finish on Ugdale? Did we go over this? Did we talk about the
there,
maturation?
well, so there's the bottle says there's some ex-sherry in there, but it's their classic ex-bourbon. And so they talk about traditional deep smoky notes with raisiny tones of ex-sherry casks. So old ex-sherry.
really
I am
Cohen.
100%.
I don't recognize that name. Is that a new viewer?
Modular landing?
Cohen.
Maybe.
Or
Right here.
Cohen? Yeah.
Yeah. So K&L is top-notch store picks, probably the best in the U.S. All right, I want to know more.
Mark, I have to say, I totally agree. I brought this down probably maybe 50, 49, 50, whatever.
Someone in the neighborhood?
It's perfect now. It's like, it's balanced better. It's not nearly as edgy as it was. It wasn't that edgy to begin with. But man, that sweet rolls back into that Ardbeg meatiness that you're looking for leather. The finish is like a perfect blend. It's not too short, not too quick.
So
Not too long.
I've been sitting on a bottle of this at home for probably a year and a half. I need to open it.
Wow.
What?
That's
I don't-
delicious.
I got a lot of
I'm going
bottles.
to get some water in my mouth and hydrate.
Okay, so last but not least is Corey Vrecken. And for the folks listening at home or wherever you may be, this is the big hitter as far as ABV. This one's the big jump. It's a 57.1.
And darkest.
Yeah.
It is the darkest, and that's, I gotta assume there's some PX or there's some kind of finish here. I don't know what it is.
That's nice.
But this is going to be the heaviest one. I assume it's going to be the heaviest
It smells sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
Like a charred steak.
Smells like cherry and like cherry wood. Like
So, the nose is deceiving.
one. So
Interesting.
Air Diddy says the only Ardbeg better than Oogie is Dark Cove.
We've
And-
had that.
and that's arguably probably the consensus. Air
Yeah.
Diddy. A lot of people would probably say
That Dark Cove is.
Well,
We'll experiment with that later.
we are going to figure that one out. everyone.
Everwind, I would agree that Oogie going with barbecue sounds like a good
Aged in
idea.
French oak casks for part of the maturation, Alejandro says.
All right.
Caramel.
Yeah.
I did not have caramel till Corey Vrecken.
Oh, wow.
Did not have that until then.
Yep.
Wow.
I will say
Hot.
It is hot.
it's an interesting one because on the nose it's very sweet and inviting. It's like, come here, give me a hug,
Yeah.
right? And then
And
it
the door
punches you in
slams.
the face.
The door slams behind you, and you're like,
yeah,
"Oh shit!"
It was a reminder to slow down. Put it that way.
Right. It's a bigger Scotch.
Yeah.
It is.
It's gonna have to be a slow sipper, and that's all right. But it's got all those nice. It's just a bigger Scotch, right? It's got more sweet, more everything, really.
It really does.
The Ugadale to me was a little more, I guess, refined. I guess.
It
it's
feels like a
mature.
25-year-old whiskey.
this one, the Corey Vrecken seems. I don't want to make it sound like it's not balanced, but I mean it's just a bigger, bolder Scotch. It comes out of the gate swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
So-
right.
We don't have the 20-something anymore, Andrew.
Oh yeah, we drank all that.
No.
It didn't last, unfortunately.
Stuff that we give a 4-star to or a 4-finger to. There's a reason why we don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think we had a full bottle. I think that was. I think Tom kind
Wow.
of surprised us with
I really like the
enough to
Corey
get a
Vrecken.
review on that. You like the
I
Corey Vrecken?
really do. Yeah. I mean, I don't.
So-
I like them all. Wee Beastie being the least so far, but the Corey, it's a different Ardbeg. It's got the caramel stuff on toffee that I was not getting before in any of the other ones. I don't believe I mentioned toffee yet.
And that I think is better with water.
I
Yeah,
just-
I think
add some to
it really blows up better.
I
with
put a
water.
little water on it, and it mellowed it out enough that it's more approachable now, and I can get to some of the flavors. But you're right, that caramel is prominent.
It is.
So Kem Rhetoric says really enjoyed the Kelpie. Not a fan of 10 and or Corey. Okay.
I believe we did Kelpie too, didn't we? I thought we did, or maybe we had.
God,
I
this
think.
Corey is so
We
might have-
tried.
I think Telex sent us a sample or something like that. I can't remember, but I don't remember being blown away from it. But
Yeah, that was very seepy.
it's a long time ago.
So that's a different one, man.
So I know you guys know, but we'll talk about it anyway. Water. If you have not put water on Scotch before, you absolutely have to, especially if it's higher than like 46 ABV. The higher the cask strength stuff you get in 50s, like this one,
And
it really changes. I have blown people's minds before by putting just a drop or two of water on.
and you're talking to four guys who love to drink cask strength whiskey.
Absolutely.
Honestly, and there are many nights where I don't put any water on it, but
Nope.
you will be
But-
probably pleasantly surprised if you do.
And there are even scotches at 40% that we put water on, thinking that it would ruin it. And
That's
we're like,
true.
oh
It's
man,
all-
this is really good.
Right,
You know?
that's true too.
Took it down to 32%, and it's awesome.
Right. Didn't
So
expect
what's,
it.
No.
What's the wheelhouse think of this quarry, reckon?
So I get like Werther's Originals. When you mentioned caramel,
Sure.
Exactly
bingo.
what it is,
It
yeah.
totally got into that butterscotch kind of flavor. When I first sipped it, I thought of like a. So of course maybe that's because I went to a steak place today. It reminded me of a well charred medium rare steak. So you get some of that burnt-ish, but you get that sweet, beef flavor.
Alejandro,
Add
yes.
the butter on there. I think it is good. It's not as I don't think it's as sweeter than Oogie. I mean, it's a good whiskey. But I think
Alejandro
Oogie's
asked
better.
if we think Corey is sweeter than Oogie. I think absolutely
Yeah,
so.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Actually, if to be put on the spot, I could walk through these and tell you how I feel about them all, and sort of order them in my
Well, maybe
mind.
that's what we should do.
let's do
Because
that.
I basically ranked mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got mine down.
And I've got them just down. I didn't write them down,
Well,
and
you
some
said-
of them are kind of tight. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. There's some. Hands down, if I had to knock one out, kick one off the island, the Wee Beastie's gone.
I think we're all.
I got to be
agree on
honest.
that.
I don't want to say that Ardbeg, struck out on that. I'm not saying that at all. I just don't care for that, and I'll drink it. You show up on a boat on a fishing trip with that bad boy, she's going down, right?
It's just a different Ardbeg.
Well, here's my thing. That from the 10 all the way through the lineup, the whiskeys are very well balanced. They flow very naturally. They're just good put together whiskeys, except for the Wee Beastie. Like that one, it seems just a little disjointed.
Yeah.
It's not bad,
Right.
but it's not in the same category as the other four.
So to rank the other four, I put them. They're almost in two categories. They're very tight. So the Anno and the 10, comparatively
Roughly
speaking,
50.
it's hard for me to pick a winner. It really is a coin toss to me. It's my mood on this, and where I'm going with this is the 10 is a little bit more rougher. Great foundational Scotch. It's a little bit more powerful. The Anno is a little bit sweeter, a little bit softer, a little bit more of I want to relax a little bit more in my drink. They're very, very close to me. I don't know which one I can pick. Honestly, it's a mood thing. It's really going to come down to that moment.
Between these two?
Between these two, the 10 and the
Okay.
Anno. It really is. Very close. There is a distinct difference between the two, and it's a matter of what do I want right now.
Yeah.
Do I want a little bit more edge? Do I want a little bit more kick? Or do I want to relax a little bit, have a little bit more softer experience?
And to add value, $10 plus.
Okay,
maybe.
so
Yeah.
doing that,
Combo.
yeah.
And by the way, Whiskey Mystery Phil asked about money to taste value, final roundup, if you will. So
Okay.
yeah, do your thing, and then also
Okay.
think about prices as well. So we got just so we're on the page, same page. 10 is around 50, 60 for the I think we said
About 50.
50 for the Wee Beastie again, and then 80 for the Oogie, and around I think 100 for the Corey. I can't remember. Just to
Okay.
give you a price range.
So, I honestly think it's a coin toss between 10 and Anno for me. The difference is, I know the difference is going in, and I'm going to reach for the bottle that I want that experience right now. Do I want a little bit softer, sweeter experience, or do I want a little bit more of that peat punch, that more Ardbeg foundational edge? It balanced. I love 10 too, though.
Yeah.
And then I have the exact same problem on this end. I think Ugadale and Corey Reckon are both delicious scotches. I think Corey's a lot sweeter. It's a different experience. If I had to edge one over the other, I'm probably going to have to go with the Oogie. It is cheaper, and the damn thing's a really solid bottle. I mean, it's very surprising for a non-age statement. It gives me everything I want from A to Z. So I'm going to say tie for these two guys. I'm going to give the edge to Oogie on this one for over Corey, just because of the price difference. Although to me, it's just two different experiences at the moment I want to
So
drink.
for ranking, you're going to say 1 through 5.
I'm going to say Ugadale is 5 out of 5. It's my number one. I'm making this more confusing, right? This is my best. This is my worst.
Wee Beastie is.
Wee Beastie, yes. Ugadale is my best. Wee Beastie is my worst. Corey Vrecken, and then the tie for Anno and 10.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're probably already on the same page in this one. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Andrew, you
So
ready?
I have Oogie is my number one, just well balanced. I get, even we haven't talked about. I got even that first palate. I got a little bit
We'll go
of
back to
funk
it
on
real
there. So it's just really great. I love leather and all that with that. Corey Vrecken is my number two. There's so much to it. It is more expensive, admittedly. That's why. I mean, I think between my 1 and 2, between Ugadale and Corey Vrecken, that may be a little bit of a mood thing for me. Those are both pretty close. My number 3 is definitely the 10, because the richness of flavor and the length of the finish in that really is just well done. And that's one of those where you can take a sip and go read a book and come back and take another sip and then read another book. It can be a very slow dram, which I like about that. And it's $50. I can't believe that. The Ano is my 4th. It's not as potent, but again, it's an easy drinker. It's really easy. You can share it with people, and you'll love it. For my final is Wee Beastie. I went back and while Mark was talking, I tasted it again, and I'm getting a little offness on the initial palate, but it really gets better as it sits and as the palate runs through. So it's not bad, but when you're up against this world-class lineup, it kind of falls short. So that's
Right.
my
Fair
number
enough.
5.
Fair enough.
I got to tell you, this is a great flight, because I know that individually, without tasting anything else, we probably would have scored them all over the place. I don't even know what we did,
Yeah.
right? But number 1, I can completely agree. Wee Beastie being kind of the weaker, if you will, out of the Ardbeg flight we have here. It's different. It's not bad. It's just different. And part of me kind of is intrigued with it. However, in this family lineup, hell no. I want these other Ardbegs.
Thank you. I was gonna say.
That's the only way I'm gonna put it. If these guys weren't in there, it was just a Wee Beastie, I'm like, that's not bad. It's different. Okay, I'm intrigued. But if you're gonna give me the 10, by the way, I think it blows the Wee Beastie away.
Oh yeah.
By that, right? So
No question.
By at least twice as much.
Yeah.
So
And the same price.
Again, a very opinionated. I think we're all going to agree that Corey and Oogie are top 2. My palate personally, I like the Corey better than the Oogie. I think the Oogie is a more mature. I think it's a better price comparison if that's true. If the Corey truly is 100. But I like both of them very, very much. Honestly, the 10 is probably my 3rd. I think the 10, the foundation for what it is, it's like give me that at home. I want a freaking nice Isla Scotch for a good price. That's what it is. And then the Ano, it's good too. It's just kind of I feel like it's probably maybe it's like it's a balance between like an 8 and a 12 or something like that. I'm not sure what's going on with the 10, but it's a nicer, maybe lighter version of the 10, I think. But maybe also a little bit more complex too. So it just depends on which way you want to go. So you can't go wrong with either one of those bottles. All these bottles are pretty good, but ranking wise, Corey, Oogie, 10, Ano, and then Wee Beastie.
All right. You know what I love about this lineup? The people that say, "Oh, an NAS whiskey. Who wants to drink that?" Have a seat at the bar, my friend.
Yeah, welcome.
Let me pour you a dram. The Ugadale is a great Scotch. So when you were talking about hitting the bullseye with the water, I did not hit the bullseye with the water the first time. So I went back and poured just a little bit more on. I found it. It was fine. There's a big bullseye, right?
Just got to dial it in.
It is pretty big. It is fairly big, yeah.
It's just a really good glass, man. I mean, there's just nothing wrong with that glass at all. So if I've got to rank, which apparently I do.
You do.
I'm going to put Ugadale at the top. I just liked the balance and the complexity of that Scotch. It's smooth and it's bold, all in the same glass. Like it just, I don't know. It may just be me because I have fond memories of that bottle. Like that was the bottle that introduced us to Pete. That showed us what Pete could do. You know what I mean? And so I will always be grateful to that bottle just for that. The Corey Vrecken to me it's a little bit sweeter. It's got some different qualities to it than the Ugadale. I think it's a mood thing. I agree with you. I think that it just depends on what you like to drink or maybe your mood that night. But I'm going to put it just below Ugadale. The one that I had a really hard time ranking was the 10 because to me that's kind of like the big brother of all of them. right?
Sure, it's the
And-
starting point.
and-
Everything starts with a 10. It feels like.
Yeah.
You know, we started with the 10. That was our first glass tonight, and I caught hints of that whiskey in every glass that we tried, right? And there was some element of it somewhere in those glasses, as there should be. But you know, to me, that's an iconic whiskey. It's $50. It's hard to beat.
I can't believe it.
You could almost put that at the top just because it's an iconic whiskey. But I'm going to put it third just because
Cool case, dude.
it's an awesome case, right? But it's a big, bold Scotch. And I mean, we're really kind of splitting hairs on the first three, I think. Even the first four. The Ano, I think, was really nice. It had some differences from the 10, but it's like a softer version of the 10. So I think it's a little more approachable for some people. The one that really stands out that doesn't belong is the one with the red.
The wee beastie.
Which
the Wee
one of
Beastie.
these is not like
Right.
the other?
I mean, and it just really, you know, it's got some elements, but it's just kind of a weird whiskey. It's not bad, but it doesn't really hold up to the other four. So I'm going Ugadale, Corey Vrecken, 10, Ano, and Wee Beastie.
We're all very similar.
And I have to actually put numbers since we're going to reveal here. So to split hairs and just call, I can't get away with saying these are ties, flip a coin. I'm going to go, this is Ugadale 1, Corey Vrecken 2, Ano 3, 10 4,
okay.
Wee Beastie 5.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm doing
I'm
that
afraid to look
because,
at
you know, we're going to be revealed as...
I'm pretty excited to see how dumb we are.
All right.
And here comes
Andrew,
the test.
Let me put the little disclaimer out there. These are all just opinions based on our palates
And tonight.
and price and tonight.
So do we want to go through our average ranking?
Yeah, let's
Sure, why not?
let's
Let's talk
start with
about them
that.
all.
So oddly enough, okay. So I'm going to go through. These are our rankings, Scotch for Dummies rankings. If you want to
Drum
put
roll here.
the cam on or whatever.
ScotchForDibs.com
You-
ratings.
Yeah. Do you want to do the
Two of them are
You
the cam? We can put it out.
Oh, sure.
People can read it.
There you go. I don't think I can read it or not. But
Not my writing.
Here, I get it.
No, because I can't read it. Okay, so we'll go with this. So top rating for Scotch for Dummies on average, there's a tie.
Between Corey Vrecken and Ugadale.
Ugadale and 10.
no kidding. Are you serious?
Damn!
That's where price comes into it.
Disclaimer.
3.38.
Nice.
Do we have a time frame on these at all? Like when
Yeah,
did
so
we do?
Ugadale we reviewed in 2016. The 10 we reviewed in 2018.
2 years.
So okay, just to be fair, I think we can all say, maybe cheating, but we could all say that our palates have evolved. Experience.
No, I'm not staying behind my rating, man.
So anyway, so
I'm
that's
good with
that. So the next one, which is really quite close. So we had those were a 3.38. So those were almost a 4 average, or just above a 3 average. The Corey Vrecken we gave a 3.125.
Okay.
So that's
So it's
on its
still
heels.
it's still above a 3.
Yeah.
So it's still a very
Yep.
good. Next was a 3. Well, so we do have some. The Dark Cove we gave a 3.25. That's not a standard release. The next
But it
one
was good.
Next one we have is the Ano. We gave it a 2.5.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It got a much lower rating, and that was in 2018. So we must have done the 10 and the Ano at a very similar, well, within a year of each other. And the lowest was the Wee Beastie at a 2.25.
I think we're actually not far
Yeah,
off
I mean-
on our palates.
So the thing is, we gave the Ano a much lower score
I wonder why.
than this. I think because it doesn't have the potency of flavor. It's not.
Yeah.
as
And I
rich and potent as the
ranked
10.
mine in that order. I think the 10 personally is better than the Ano.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but remember we had the 10 and the Ugadale tied.
Yeah.
Well, but that was also a long time ago, if that counts at all for anything.
Honestly, I probably would rank it higher.
So
now.
between those two, I gave the 10 and the Oogie a 3.5. Drew gave the 10 a 3.5 and the Oogie a 3.
Wow.
Mark gave the 10 a 3 and the Oogie a 3.5. And Sean gave a 3.5 to both.
I like Scotch.
So the flip was Mark and Drew. They flipped the two flavors.
I think, and I will follow my own sword. This was a killer for me at the very beginning. I was not into.
Oh, you weren't a peated
I
guy.
was not being the
He
peat.
was not a Pete head. That
So it was
Wow.
tough for me, but I appreciate. I know what it is.
That was a
I'll tell
2016.
you what.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a journey, and that's
It is
a
a journey.
long time ago.
It's so we joke about it, all roads lead to Isla. It's a true fact. I mean, if
Yeah.
you really get into, And this is what's interesting. I've talked to a lot of people about this. People like Scotch do this, etc. But at the end of the day, it's more than just tasting. It's really appreciating the environment, where the history, where it comes from. And at the end of the day, I love the word journey because it really is. You start with anywhere in the map. I mean, you can go around the map and find different flavors, different profiles about what's going on with Scotch. And that's what I love about it. And I think at the end of the day, it's an acquired taste, but all roads will eventually lead to it if you get to it.
If you continue to go through it, yeah.
So this was, I'll tell you what, I love doing these flights. I really do.
Yep.
And if you guys have a chance, I'm sure some of you have a lot of these on your bar. But it's an interesting taste experiment, if you will.
It is.
To run through a bunch of different whiskeys from the same distillery and just kind of see what the variables bring up, like how you feel about it on that day, which ones kind of hit the mark and which ones don't.
You know, and to add to that, we talked about doing this tonight. We do it blind or whatnot. I'm glad we did not do it blind. I mean, because I know that technically would put the Scotch a little bit more on trial, but at the end of the day, it was good to talk through these things, knowing what we had, because you can have different thoughts to it.
Well, and hopefully people that are watching this video can say, as we talk through the Ugadale, they can have a glass of Ugadale. And or if they don't,
Right.
they get one later, they can come back to it. You know, that's
So-
the beauty of
Or if
YouTube.
they're thinking about buying one of these bottles and they have a bottle, they can compare and contrast
Yep.
and see if it's worth the money that they're going to
I
spend.
think
on it.
all these are
enough,
worth the money. so
Reading the
far.
comments, and everyone's ranking theirs, what they would say in a lot of these
Oh,
comments.
really? Like what?
Let's see, scroll up. There's people are saying I would rank them in this order. See, like there's Magellan, Oogie, 10, Corey, and Wee. And so I read his comment and I got to thinking,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
And looking at these rankings, I know I'm off tonight with my Anno and 10. And tonight I'm going to stick with it. And here's why I'm going to stick with it. Because to me, it's completely different. I wanted something else. Everything else is overpowering. Everything else is bold here. Everything
Yep.
else.
Yeah.
10, Ugadale, or Quaver, they're coming at you, brother. You're going to come in there. That's good. But I really appreciated the subtle approach of the Anno. Someone mentioned Anno was newbies for Ardbeg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It
I can
is.
see why you'd say that. But I kind of appreciated it tonight. It hit my palate right.
You
That's
didn't
true.
want the Chuck Norris of Scotch?
Well, I mean, hey, the Chuck Norris is there, right? I'm all about that. But to me, I appreciated it. Stood out different.
Nice, Tom.
Sean is the true Renaissance man of Scotch. He loved the triple distilled Rosebank and the brutal Isle of bottles.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't shock you, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
This is great.
But you know what? They all have, it's kind of like trying a new recipe. Like you
Okay,
have to
Zach.
appreciate things for what they're trying to do, I guess. And Ardbeg tries to be a big bold Scotch, and everything they put out, like they don't mess
Well, it
around.
is.
I mean they bring their A game on
Yeah, they do.
4 out of 5 bottles.
Well, and I'm not trying to knock the Wee Beastie at all. I just
We are.
it doesn't have a chance in this lineup.
I personally would never buy a bottle.
Nope. I will not. Now, I have a bottle. I have 2 bottles of the 10 at home. I have a
Fine.
bottle of the Anno. I have a bottle of the Ugadale. I don't know if I have the Corey Vrecken, and if I don't, I will be.
I am totally agreeing with you. Actually, I would buy any one of these bottles other than the Wee Beastie.
Right. And
And I honestly think, at the end of the day, they're all priced fairly.
Yeah. I mean,
They're
that
all,
is the
they're
other
all 100
part.
or less, which is
The other part about Ardbeg is they're not trying to beat you up and steal all your money
Eric,
out
don't
of
be
your
a
wallet.
dick.
Yeah,
I
that's-
think we got rid of all the White Walker, didn't we?
That's not even
Thank
funny.
God.
I see that, Eric.
Well,
White Walker's all
is.
gone.
no, it's back there.
Shut up.
I'll have some.
All
Where
right.
is it?
It's my bar. I'll drink it. No, it's in a sample bottle.
Oh,
Did I send it
It
back to you?
says Sean's favorite Scotch or
Oh.
something like that.
Yeah, you're right,
Sean's favorite.
Michael.
You deserve a special glass because you don't want to
I mean,
contaminate.
he's drinking from the bottle.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dirty. a
Oh,
glass for
damn it,
myself.
Zach. You guys, stop it.
White Walker down the street. Well, I'm drinking out of the bottle. You're gonna have to
So
get your
on
own.
that note, because we have completed this, we have one Scotch in the or whisk or liquor
Oh,
in the
yeah.
news.
That
Yeah.
stuff is
Give me a hit of that shit.
This is
I don't want it. You guys can do
no,
it
you
for
guys
me.
can have it.
Eric,
There's
Zach.
Man.
there's
Cheers,
a liquor in the news. Ron the Jeremy rum.
So,
Ron to Jeremy.
if you've got a bottle on your bar, It's probably a collector's item because doesn't look like Ron's going to be stealing anytime soon.
So what the hell? The dude is like. He is like, other than being like gifted, he is like not.
He's not gifted. He's the hedgehog. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time for the
physically
industry.
gifted.
Chase that White Walker with some.
God dang it!
Well, I might do that.
Yeah.
We got a Molly Kim coming.
Oh,
Molly Kim! Hey, Molly!
She
There's
knows it's
pretzels down
almost
there.
11 o'clock. Look at this dog. Like,
So
she
for
knows.
those of you that don't know us, Molly.
you doing?
So people knew Molly is our mascot, and if the cool thing,
What are you doing?
she's been with us for many years, and the cool thing about these coins is when you stack them up, Molly's on the side of the coin.
Pretzel.
Now give me a second to get them all stacked up right, because I stacked a lot of these coins up over last week. but
Don't
they're-
embarrass her. Everyone's going to see that she won't catch. She lets it hit the floor, and then she she didn't even want that one.
No, the first one she never eats.
Can you
She's a weirdo.
Dram cam?
do the dram cam real quick?
Okay. If I can't see it.
Look at that.
So when you line up the coins, they make Molly on the side.
She's been down here every show and every review.
And who gets the Molly coins?
Patrons.
Patrons.
Patrons get the Molly coins. So
$5 a month. That's it, y'all.
Dude, it's not much.
patrons get a free
Free
Molly
Zoom
coin.
calls, Zoom after
Um,
shows, all
And
kinds
it
of
actually
stuff.
What's it say on the
says,
side?
it says patron only. And then on the side it says, if I can get this zoomed
No,
in.
that's not gonna show.
I don't know if I can do this with the. It says, got peanut butter.
Because we have peanut butter pretzels.
And the other side says, is it Thursday yet? Because she knows what
She needs to
Thursday
scoot
is.
back. You're not in Cameron.
Well, she wants.
You
a
need to get
pretzel.
camera etiquette.
That Ron to Jeremy rum is a great mixer rum.
So yeah, it appears that Ron is not going to be putting out any more movies. He got indicted on, I want to say, 3 or 4
4 to 5
different sexual assault / rape type charges, and
Oh man,
I don't think he's going to fly through this one. But
No.
You know what? We do need a Molly emoji. That's my next one, and Dr. Scotch. I got 2 more coming. So if you haven't figured out yet, we have, because we're over 10,000, we can have YouTube memberships now, which means you have some other things. But one of the things you get is you get emojis and some custom emojis, and I'll create one for those. It's a great
Which,
idea.
you know,
Molly
you
emoji.
mentioned we're over 10,000. We are 53 shy of 11,000. I don't
you're
think,
crazy.
you know, pimping that out here is
How'd
going to
that
help
happen?
anybody because everybody here is
You
on
like
there.
us. You really like us.
And we don't even buy our
Hit the
subs.
like,
It's
hit the
amazing.
And by the way, if you haven't, everyone,
Oh,
we
we gotta
have
stop.
a great night tonight. 114, we had 116 so far. Please, right now, hit the like button. It helps us out so much because
Yep.
YouTube is so weird about stuff. It's all about the likes. So
Yep.
if you like us
Right now it is.
It
We
really helps
appreciate
us out
it.
a lot. So hit the like button.
So
And Tom R. has the right idea. I don't drink alone because I'm a patron.
that is very true, Tom.
I
You're
like that. That
absolutely-
might be. You know what? That's gonna be on the next Patreon coin.
That's brilliant.
You get a free coin for that one, Tom.
Yes, you do.
Oh man, that Corey Reckon is
So
my favorite.
for all of you drinking at home watching that had an Ardbeg, I appreciate you guys ranking them and what you guys would have ranked these two. I know there are a couple that we missed that we didn't have, the 20-something,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Darko, but some of those aren't core lineup type stuff. Those were
Correct.
exclusive stuff. So
And we didn't even talk about the review really this week. We did the Corey Reckon.
Yeah.
that was this week's
That was this
review?
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, because we had the whole. I put up some Pirates
Remember that?
and everything else. So
I
get
mean,
that
you
one.
watched the video, right?
I was
Of
out
course.
of town. I was out to sea. I was catching
You know what?
fish.
This guy has convinced me a long time ago. Let's do podcasts. He never watches them, but he listens to them at least.
I listen to every podcast. I do. I listen to them going to work because I don't have a lot of time. I don't sit in front of a camera for my job and
You mean a computer?
or a
You
computer.
mean-
So it's really tough for me to watch the reviews because I just don't have a lot of free time. But I have a lot of time in my car and doing things. And so I listen to a ton of podcasts. So I'm awesome. I'm very thankful that Drew started doing the podcast. So
Oh, one more comment.
five away.
5 more people need to go on Instagram and follow
right
at Scotch
now.
on the Bayou.
Come on, let's
now.
get her. We're not going to end this show until we get her to 1,000.
Oh man, I gotta have to watch that out. Check that out.
You know what?
Just to get us off the
We're
show.
just going to
Jeez, you
keep
guys
drinking Ardbeg until somebody
Yeah.
subscribes.
All right, we must.
So, I mean, to wrap up Ardbeg, I'm very, very appreciative of the distillery. I love what they do. They put out great Scotch.
They do.
So they missed.
Honestly.
You know, they didn't get on base with Wee Beastie. You know what? Look at the batting percentage of the best batters in the world, right? There's gonna be one.
I'm kind of curious. I would love to sit down with them and talk about what their target market was for Wee Beastie, what they're really trying to do with it, because I mean it wasn't for us apparently, like it didn't hit the mark for us, but it may have been for something very specific.
Well,
What? What do you rank it?
I agree with you on that. It makes me think of Lafroig Select, right? What happened with Lafroig Select? And we all agreed that was an intern mistake.
Yeah.
Here we got about 500 barrels that are shit that
Let's
we
get
need
rid
to
of
get rid
this.
of.
White Walker.
Oh yeah, put it in. We'll call it Select.
But the thing that mystifies me about it is you've got Ano, Ugadale, and Corey Brecken, which are all NAS bottles, right?
It's true.
And then you put an age statement on Wee Beastie.
Yeah, but you know what? I think from a price point of it, I mean the 10. I mean you really cannot go wrong. $50 in this 10.
Nope.
I mean the Corey Brecken is my favorite, but I mean at the end of the day,
Greg Lewis, here's a small one.
you cannot go wrong with it.
So I think that
$9.98.
Scotch in the Bayou is probably one away.
Is she
For the
on?
record,
Yeah.
yes, she is. She's waiting. For the record, Tom likes Wee Beastie, so anybody that doesn't like theirs, send it to Tom R. Yes, Alejandro,
All
we
right.
have had the grooves. Didn't care for the grooves. Didn't
No,
care
we did
for
not.
the
We,
grooves.
we actually, that was on the list. We
Yeah.
did- we
Grooves
did
took
that
a
one.
beating from the dummies.
No, we did the
No,
draw.
we didn't do the
No,
drum.
We
but
did the
we've,
drum.
we've
We
drum.
did it.
I didn't like the drum. The rum.
oh, I'm confusing
Drum
grooves
was
with
Grooves.
drum.
We never did the grooves.
We never did do grooves. It was
I think
the
we
drum.
had a sample of it, but I don't
Drum
remember.
we beat the crap out of.
Right.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. My bad, Alejandro. We haven't had the grooves. I was confusing
Well,
with the drum.
and I think we beat it up a little bit because it wasn't.
$9.99.
It didn't have that good flavor profile that we were looking for.
No.
Ah,
We need
man.
one more. Come on, one more.
Can I?
Who'll be lucky 1,000?
I want to be it.
I'm gonna be it. Hold on.
I've already done it. Damn it.
So, for those of you guys on here who don't know Leanne, who is Scotch on the Bayou, she is an amazing person. And
I'm trying to talk her into her own YouTube channel. I'm
follow
working
her
hard on
blog.
She won't do
Her
it.
blog is
No, I think she might.
great. Did you guys read the Victoriana blog that she did?
Yes.
today
Yeah, I
From
did.
Glen Scotia?
You know what?
It was
I have,
great.
I have a Vine and Table gift card with Victoriana's name on it. It's reserved for that bottle.
I was going to tell you tomorrow.
1,000.
Tomorrow they're having a
Oh,
sale.
Oh man, I wasn't one.
That was me.
Yes, Andrew. Andrew's the thousands.
I couldn't because I followed her a long time.
I already
ago.
did.
I didn't. I had the Scotch for Dummies. So Instagram, I don't do a lot on Instagram. So I mostly when I'm on Instagram, I'm mostly on the Scotch for Dummies
Honestly,
Instagram.
I
So-
am so proud that we are the thousands because I mean that's a pretty.
Yeah,
love it.
So
we
much.
love Leanne.
Oh,
She's an
James
awesome
says
person.
1,001. So
Uh,
they're kicking
There we go.
Awesome.
There
So,
we go.
hey,
1,000. Yeah.
All right, let's
Leanne.
cheers this and shut this down.
Cheers to Leanne
Cheers
and
to
Scotch in
Leanne.
the Bayou and what she's got going on, and for everybody for helping her out and following her. You won't regret it. It's a great follow. We had a great show tonight. We actually
That
had
was a
lots
lot
of
of
people
fun,
on.
man.
A lot of new names. I love to
We'll do
see
some more of
new
this.
names
I like
in
this
the
idea.
chat.
Yeah.
Keep chatting, you guys, especially if you're new to the channel. There's so many good people in the chat, and we really love to see you.
Yep.
So
Come join us on Discord.
You need to be a patron, really. $5 a month, and you get all kinds of perks. Our Discord channel blows up. Our Patreon channel for patron only is amazing.
Yep.
We did Zoom calls. And
we're doing a post
right now.
call right after this with our
Yep.
patrons on Zoom. So
Somebody feed that dog a pretzel.
Let's do it.
go to that Molly Cam. Show it one more time.
Molly
Come on.
Cam. Right there. Oh, you going to see her butt. Screw your back.
Come here.
Come here, Molly. Back up a little bit.
They wanna
It's like,
see you.
whatever.
She ain't doing
So
it.
she's like,
You don't
give
have
me a
any
pretzel.
pretzels.
Give me a pretzel.
All right, come here. Oh, she's not doing it.
You can see
Aw.
her. That's fine.
All right, guys, listen. Thanks so
Love
much
you
for
guys.
watching.
Cheers,
Cheers.
everybody.
We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.